Another month of collecting physical media has passed. Let's talk about what I got. Alright, what is up everybody? I am Mace from the Blockbuster YouTube channel. Yes, we are in August. Sorry about the late upload. I wanted to get my hunts from July in so that when I show you a pickup that I got, you're like, hey, you didn't show us this hunting video. Because every time I pick up a Blu-ray, I always document it, whether it be a mail day or a hunting video. I hope you guys like these hunting videos. I have a bunch of them. If you want to see everything, I have a Black Friday playlist. I can't believe Black Friday's in a few months. But yeah, so I got here two stacks of standard Blu-rays, and then 2 stacks of 4K. So let's get into the Blu-rays first. Grab yourself some popcorn. This is gonna be a doozy of a video. So yeah, let's get started. Here are some pickups from the month of July. Or here are all my pickups from the month of July. Starting off with Paranormal Activity, a movie I really don't know much about. I remember when it came out, everyone was like, oh my god, this is the scariest fucking movie ever made. You're gonna die from fright. I know there was like a whole thing where it's like, oh, someone watched this movie and had a heart attack while watching it. But you know, for being a mostly independent film, well, this is with DreamWorks, okay, Paramount Pictures, Blumhouse, but for being like I saw the behind the scenes of it, and it's pretty it's pretty creative in what they're able to do. Found footage. It re-injuvenated the found footage genre. So yeah, Paranormal Activity 1. I heard good things about it. And then I got Paranormal Activity 2, the extended cut. So I don't know what other bonus features or what other extended cuts in there, but it has a dog and he's mid-roo. So I love me some dogs. And I'm excited to get into this. Paranormal Activity 2, the Halloween months will be filled with horror, let's say. So yeah, Paranormal Activity 2 extended cut. And then Paranormal Activity 3, the extended version again. I feel like I'm gonna get sick and tired of these movies. But these were like post-Saw movies, post-Saw horror films were different, okay? This was the post-Saw generation. So there's a generation who had Saw, and there's a generation who had Paranormal Activities. I remember, the first one being really creepy. So I can't even imagine how much they're gonna milk the franchise. Apparently there's like 6 of them or some shit like that. So I can't even imagine what Paranormal Activity 3 will be like. And then I got this movie called Hitchcock. It is a Fox Searchlight movie about Alfred Hitchcock, of course. I got this because it was only like $3, but like I haven't seen a lot of Alfred Hitchcock films. Like I've seen Psycho, but I haven't seen like his like really iconic things like Rear Window and Birds and all that stuff. So I kind of want to watch those movies before getting into Hitchcock, so I understand the context more. But yeah, the King of Suspense. Next is a recent pickup, and that is A Monster's Call, or A Monster Calls. I got this for $4. Still brand new with a slipcover. A pretty good cast. I'm excited to get into that. Liam Neeson plays a tree monster, so boom. And then I got this at a sale. I got this for I think like $10 or something. But I got this Boyhood Mondo Blu-ray limited edition steelbook. This is number 1650 out of like 2000, so that's pretty cool. The premise interests me, filming people. I love me some Richard Linklater, and just the premise of filming people's lives throughout a period of time, like the Before trilogy and all that kind of thing, or the Sunrise trilogy, yeah, Before trilogy. That intrigues me, and it's a steelbook. I got for $10 with the clear slip. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. So yeah, Boyhood on Blu-ray. And then adding to the Martin Scorsese collection, I gotta get Hugo. That is very nice, very nice. I heard a lot of throwbacks to like early 1900s films, silent films and stuff like that. I love me some Chloe Grace Moretz. I had a huge crush on her when I was a kid, so that will be very interesting to see. Hugo on Blu-ray, Martin Scorsese film. I think one of the most, a lot of people don't really talk about this film when talking about Martin Scorsese films. So hopefully it's good. I really don't know not much. I really don't know anything about it, but it sounds pretty good. More, I guess, kid oriented, so that's why. You're not going to hear Martin Scorsese do a cameo and say racial slurs in the back of a taxi car, but it's okay. Next is a movie I got for $4, $3. And that is Birdman on Blu-ray. Inarritu Joint, guy who made Revenant the year before. Nice little slipcover. Comes in a blue case, so that is very nice. It reminds me of the Avengers 2. Avengers 2 came in a red case. But yeah, a movie I don't really know much about. I tried watching a bit of it on Netflix, but that was like when I was like 14, and I wasn't really getting the whole thing because I thought it was like a full-on action superhero film. But it's okay. It's better to enjoy movies later in life with a more richer taste, you know? Some things you enjoy when you're a kid that you can enjoy now, like the Spider-Man Sam Raimi films I loved when I was a kid and I still love now. But certain movies, like things like Cop Out, things like The Other Guys I liked when I was a kid or like in middle school, and now I don't like at all, so. Next is I think this is a Ridley Scott film, and that is Body of Lies with the slipcover. I really don't know much about this film, but Leonardo DiCaprio, Russell Crowe, they're fantastic actors, came in this very nice looking like slipcover, like a holographic Yu-Gi-Oh card kind of thing. And then like who stars in this? I know Ridley Scott and I know Russell Crowe, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Strong. Oscar Isaac is in this. Okay, that piques my interest even more. But what I like about these things is that it comes with these like little inserts to like advertise for the format. Like, oh my gosh, coming out in 2009. Oh my god, 2009 is gonna be the best year ever because we're gonna get Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind in 2009. Oh, we're getting the Matrix trilogy on Blu-ray and Heat. Oh, the 10th anniversary of a Matrix. Oh yeah, I can't wait. Wow. All right, that was Body of Lies. Putting back the slipcover. Next is another blind buy that I got from a thrift store, and that was Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Fantastic cast. I don't really know who directed this. Sidney Lumet. That sounds familiar. So I am intrigued to getting into this film. These clipper cases are my bane of my existence, but it has a really good cast. Sidney Lumet, and I heard a lot of good things about this, so I'm excited to check it out. For $3, you can't really go wrong with that. Next is a Matt Reeves film that I've actually been hearing a lot of bad things about recently after picking it up for I got it for like $3, so who cares? But that is Let Me In. I'm just adding more of my collection because we're nearing the October season, so wanted to check out more like horror films I don't really like normally watch. So Let Me In on Blu-ray for $3. You got more Chloe Grace Moretz. Matt Reeves. I also got I got Cloverfield a month prior, so you know I really love the Planet of the Apes trilogy, and I did enjoy the Batman movie, so I'm excited to see what his other style is like when it comes to horror and all those kind of things. Next is a movie I got on sale again at The Beat Goes On, and that is a movie that I've really been meaning to. Next is a movie that I've really been meaning to watch that I got on sale for like a few dollars, and that is Copland. A lot of people are saying that this is Stallone's like second best film ever made, which is very intriguing because he did make First Blood. So you know, obviously everyone knows that Rocky is his magnum opus, but you know, Copland sounds very interesting. I have high hopes for this, and I'm excited to delve into this. This was on Amazon Prime. But I'm like, you know what? I want to get this Blu-ray. It's not that old of a Blu-ray, 2009 Blu-ray. So hopefully it looks good. Next is a pickup I got from the Salvation Army, and you know, I didn't want to watch this movie originally, but for $3, you can't really go wrong. And that is David Lynch's Dune. Now I know there's an Arrow 4K of that. Arrow 4K? Arrow? Or I don't know. Someone did a 4K of this. And it's just a bad movie. I mean, too many hands in the cookie jar. People telling David Lynch what to do, what to say, what to write. Even though the screenplay and he's directed it, it's just a lot of people are saying, hey, you should do this, hey, you should do this, hey, remember Star Wars? Let's do that. So I think he didn't want to go that route, and it's just all over the place. And so David Lynch's Dune. Well, technically, I would rather say it's Universal's Dune, because this is not his thing, but it's funny. It's fun to watch these movies after watching the new and improved Dune. So, boom. Next is another blind buy that is Michael Douglas, Kiefer Sutherland, and Eva Longoria. This is directed by Clark Johnson, and that is The Sentinel. I mainly just got this for the cast, so probably be like a little, like, what is it, like a 100-minute long movie, 108 minutes, action, maybe crime, thriller, suspense. I don't know. Looks like Kiefer Sutherland looks like he's in the what's it called, Secret Service. But yeah, mainly got for the cast. I have no expectations for this movie whatsoever, but it's nice to go into movies, not knowing, because it's nice to get into that. Next is a Bollywood Blu-ray that you rarely see, because Bollywood is very synonymous with bootlegs, especially me as an Indian growing up. You get those like very cheap, like bullshit bootleg Indian films on like those like discs that are put in like plastic sleeves with like really shitty printed out artwork and stuff like that. But this is an actual Blu-ray, and that is Dabang. I've heard good things about this. My mom says she likes it, and she doesn't like action films. So, is this gonna be like a 3-hour movie? Probably. Oh, it's only 126 minutes. Usually Bollywood movies are fucking bloated as shit because there's so many dance sequences and all that stuff. But there's some really good Bollywood movies out there. Next is a Salvation Army pickup, and that is Hot Fuzz, my brother's favorite movie. This is the Ultimate Edition, Edgar Wright's classic, Simon Pegg. So I am very excited to get into this. This was on Amazon Prime, and there's a 4K out there for like $40. But I'm like, yeah, I want to check it out. Maybe he likes something that I don't like. There's been many instances where my friends like, dude, watch Night of the Hunter, and then I watch and I'm like, this is kind of, like, no offense, but I just didn't like that movie. It wasn't my taste. But Hot Fuzz, I saw a clip of it on YouTube where the guy goes through the gate, and that tickled me fancy. So that sounds interesting. Next is another blind buy, and that is Ronin. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this, so I decided to pick it up on Blu-ray. And it comes with that like random weird DVD where it doesn't have the art where you have to flip it around and stuff like that. Next is another Michael Douglas film with Matt Damon that is Behind the Candelabra, Steven Soderbergh film. Very interesting to check that out. I haven't really seen much of Steven Soderbergh. I've seen his Ocean's movies, but besides that, I've seen Che. But besides that, I'm excited to get into that more biopic stuff. The name strikes out to me. Behind the Candelabra. This is an HBO movie. Dan Aykroyd is in this. Okay. But it sounds very familiar, so I'm guessing that means it's a good movie. Who knows? I haven't looked at any of the Letterboxd reviews for all of these, because I just, it's fun to discover new films. Next is Shaun of the Dead, another Edgar Wright film that I've been excited to get into. This is more popular than the other one, just because everyone loves zombies, and it's a comedy, so it's got to be good. Hopefully it's better than Zombieland, because I really like the first few minutes of Zombieland, and then they introduced Emma Stone, and the girl character, and I really don't care because I'm a Mossad. No, I just didn't like the way it was. I wanted to see more banter with like Jesse Eisenberg and like the guy, but besides that, it was a decent movie. But I'm excited to get into Shaun of the Dead because I've heard really good things about this. All right, another stack of Blu-rays. Death Race. I haven't seen Death Race 2000 yet. I heard that's one of Stallone's first movies. But I love me some Jason Statham, and for like $3, you can't really go wrong with that. Next, I got at the thrift store, and that was 127 Hours with the slipcover for $3. I actually really like this movie. I was engulfed in the Aaron Ralston story. It's very fascinating. James Franco is actually a really good actor in this. Being with the whole controversy, is not the greatest human being of all time, but well, that's a very big understatement. But this with a slipcover, I know it is on Disney Plus, but I just really like this movie. The way it was able to keep your attention, make you on edge for like 90 minutes or so, 100, however long that's it. I think it's like 2 hours or something, an hour and 50, whatever. But the way it's able, it literally takes place with just like James Franco in a boulder. Now there is hallucination scenes from his dehydration and malnourishment. But besides that, it's a fantastic film. I really recommend it. The music is really good. Music really adds to the whole thing to it. It's just about a guy who ponders suicide. Ponders, do I eat my own fecal matter to survive? Do I cut my arm off? Because it's about a guy who gets stuck. his arm trapped on a boulder in the middle of a canyon when he tells no one there, and it's like 2002. There's no cell phone service and all that stuff. So yeah, dazzling and perpetually surprising movie. So 127 hours. Next is a Warner Archive film that I got randomly at a thrift store for like $2, and that is Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream Home. Another film that I know nothing about that I just randomly got because I saw, hey, look, it's a Warner Archive, and you know, I hear Ken from Mid-Level Media talking about those things, and it sounds interesting. Dora Sherry presents. I don't know any. There's Cary Grant. That sounds familiar. Melvin Douglas and Myrna Loy. No idea. This is an old film. This is from 2021. I wonder why this was in the thrift store if this came out in 2021. This is from 1948. And RKO Productions. That's funny. Anyway, so yeah, Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream Home. It's probably like some drama. Next is I finally got my favorite movie of all time on Blu-ray, and that is Good Will Hunting. I thought, because you know, I haven't really been seeing it. Cause I'm not gonna pay $20 for this. Even though this is my favorite film of all time, they're usually just old Blu-rays, and yeah, Harvey Weinstein production. That's not the greatest signs, but it is a fantastic movie. One of the most recent films. I watched this a couple months ago for the first time. I actually cried watching this. It was pretty emotional. You know, there's a lot of it takes you through a lot of emotions. There is a lot of really funny and quirky jokes. Not quirky, but like a lot of, because when you think of quirky, you think of MCU films. A lot of funny jokes and a lot of really, you know, like tense emotion and all that stuff. So yeah, and a great cast. I think Bill Skarsgård is in this, right? Something like that. No, Stellan Skarsgård is in this. You got, you know, Robin Williams, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, a fantastic Minnie Driver, so you can't really go wrong. And then last month I got the Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. Next, I got Kung Fu Panda 3 with the slipcover for like, it wasn't $7, I got it for free, but yeah, Kung Fu Panda 3, I haven't seen this movie. I've only seen the first Kung Fu Panda, and I really enjoyed it. And then I got 300 Rise of an Empire. I haven't seen this since the theater, and I really liked Ava Green in this. You know, you fight harder than you fuck. So yeah, 300 Rise of an Empire, the only notable scene that I remember from it. Then Wonder Woman. I haven't seen this movie yet. I like the fact that it takes place in World War II, so that piqued my interest. But I haven't seen this movie, and I have the mainstays. Like, I don't have Aquaman, but I have Zack Snyder's Justice League. I have Man of Steel, and I have Batman v Superman. So I thought I might as well, you know, do I really want to get these on 4K? Probably not, but for a $3 Blu-ray. Next is The Meg. I've been really wanting to watch this, and I know there's a 4K of it, but it's probably like a 5 out of 10. So is it worth spending the, you know, $15 on a 4K? No. So I'll get this for $4. But it comes with a nice looking slipcover, and it has the digital code in it, so I'm excited to check that out maybe. But it is a Warner Brothers. If it was a Universal or something, I'd be able to put it onto my iTunes and then get it in 4K, but it's whatever. The Meg on Blu-ray, a big shark movie with Jason Statham. Next, I got this at the Beat Goes On sale, and that is the Saw Complete Collection. I haven't seen these movies in so long, at least 10 years. But the Saw movie, I haven't seen a Saw movie since 2009. Well, I saw the first Saw like a month ago, but I'm talking about like when I was watching the entire series, because I used to live in an apartment, and downstairs was like a convenience store / rental video store. So there was like a bunch of DVDs and stuff like that. So they always had the Saw movies available because everyone loved the Saw movies. But this goes from Saw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and final chapter. All seven films, and they're all unrated. So I'm interested to see what that is like. But yeah, they all share. There's only 3 discs, which is 7 movies on 3 discs. So the first disc has 1 and 2. The second disc has 3 and 4. And the last disc has 5, 6, and 7. Jesus Christ. Next is a Sam Raimi film that I actually didn't know Sam Raimi directed, and that was Oz the Great and Powerful. I love me some Wizard of Oz. I haven't seen this yet because it wasn't a movie that really piqued my interest. Like when it came out in 2013, I was 13 years old. What the fuck am I watching? But Oz the Great and Powerful, high hopes. You know, I can only imagine what Sam Raimi at the helm of a kid's film. Next is another Sam Raimi film that isn't a kid's film, and that has dragged me to hell. A lot of people really recommended this to me. Unrated director's cut, written by Sam Raimi and his brother. So that sounds interesting. From the director of Spider-Man and the Evil Dead trilogy. Next is an Eli Roth film that I actually didn't know. I actually quite enjoyed this film. I remember the action being pretty solid, and that is Death Wish, the Bruce Willis remake. Is it as good as the Charles Bronson one? Fuck no. But is it a formidable, like, modern day action film? Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't mind. I put it up there with Nobody. Again, but I haven't seen it since like 2018. And I'm also in this renaissance, like, oh wow, Bruce Willis was actually a good actor. Because I just watched Unbreakable and he was like fantastic in that. But yeah, so Blu-ray, DVD, and digital wasn't $9. I got this for $3 or $4. But yeah, so Bruce Willis's Death Wish. How far would you go to protect your family? So yeah, boom. Next is the Rocky Heavyweight Collection. I regret this because Rocky or Stallone just announced the 4K set. Now, I knew there was going to be a 4K set, but I've really been wanting to watch every time the summer comes by. I feel like I want to watch Rocky, but yeah, so I probably won't even watch these because I'll just wait for the 4K because I want to, because I've watched the movies so many times, so it's just fuck. Next is a movie that I've been really hearing a lot of good things about. This is a Denis Villeneuve film, Canadian filmmaker, and that is Prisoners. I've heard a lot of really good things about it. Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Viola Davis, Melissa Leo, and Paul Dano's in this. So that sounds very, very interesting. I'm very, intrigued into getting this. I was gonna watch this on Netflix, but I'm like, I'll hold out for a Blu-ray, and I got it for $3, so you can't really go wrong with that. Next is a movie I have seen that I watched on Netflix, so I want to give it a chance because a lot of people really were hyping up this film, and that is Nightcrawler on Blu-ray with a slipcover. Got this at an ABC video store. Jake Gyllenhaal from the producer of Drive. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film. Very creepy, very like what the fuck? Like you're watching it from the outside, and like this guy is clearly psychopathic. He clearly is a sociopath. But like you're watching from the outside, and he like the way it's portrayed, it's like, yeah, it's normal, it's whatever. There's no music cues that really creep you out or anything. There's no music. Like when you see him diverge into madness and insanity, because you already know he's a piece of shit person, but like from like stealing like what's it called, gate foil, or not gate foil, but fencing, and then selling it back to the guy he steals it from. It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, so Nightcrawler on Blu-ray with the slipcover. I'll show my brother this because it's funny. And Riz Ahmed is in this, and he's a pretty good actor in this. Next was a movie that I've been alluding to, that I've been wanting to get for so long, because I got the DVD version of it, but I want that Blu-ray. I wanted to see it in HD. And that is probably the best modern horror remake until It. I'd say It is better, but I think this really captures that vibe of like what early 2000s was, and I love me early 2000s because that was my era, right? So that is Jessica Biel. This is the Michael Bay, right? The Michael Bay Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Fantastic remake. This blew my mind from how actually good it was. It was shot really nicely. A lot of the because I think they got the cinematographer for the original Texas Chainsaw. That's why it looks really good too. And this is for like people who are like, oh, I want to see how come Texas Chainsaw Massacre has no massacre in it? Like, it doesn't really show much blood and gore. This will satiate you. Do not fucking watch the 2022 Netflix version. Please, for the love of everything that is holy and nice and film, please watch this version instead, because this has your gore that you want. Even the beginning one, the prequel to this movie, is somewhat decent. Is it a shit? Is it a 2.5? Is it a 2-star movie? 2 out of 5-star movie? Yes. But is it enjoyable? Yeah, quite a bit. Because the sheriff is just fucking crazy. But yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2003 Michael Bay movie. Very nice. Next is a movie I haven't seen, and that is a Lucio Fulci film, Zombie. I got this for $4, and I heard this goes for a decent amount. And I know there's a 4K out there, and this isn't the one with the 4K transfer. This is the one with the 2K transfer. But for $4, you can't really pass up a Blue Underground Blu-ray, a boutique Blu-ray for $4. Where have you heard that from? Next was another boutique Blu-ray that I got for $4. And that is the Oblong box. I heard this was out of print for the longest time. They recently just announced that they're doing a version with a slipcover, but I'm okay. I already have this. For $4, I mean, Vincent Price and Christopher Lee, really? You got Van Helsing and Dracula meeting up again. It sounds very fascinating. So yeah, Edgar Allan Poe's classic tale of the living dead. So those were the Blu-rays. Now let's get into the 4Ks, as we're already 27 minutes in. Starting off with Ridley Scott's American Gangster with the slipcover. I really did enjoy this film, but this comes with an extended cut, which I'm very excited to get into. But yeah, Black Harlem, you know, a different take on, because we've seen a lot of Italian mobs. We haven't really seen any black mobs, so that'd be very nice. I haven't seen the extended cut, so that should be interesting. Next is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The first time I got stoned was actually watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, so that was an experience. I just fucking love it. Come with me and you'll see in a world of our imagination. Very fun movie. And it's an American slipcover because it comes with no French, so that's very nice. Next is I am a Star Wars slut sometimes, and that is, I got The Force Awakens. You know, I'm like, I'll just watch it on Disney Plus, but then I'm like, but the slipcover though, so I had to pick it up. Because I have the original trilogy and I have Rise of Skywalker on 4K with the slipcover, so I thought I might as well. Next, speaking of, I got Batman v Superman with the slipcover. I collected Man of Steel and Zack Snyder's Justice League with the slipcover, so I thought I might as well have to pull the trigger on this with the slipcover. Is it dinged? Yes, but it looked nice on the spine. This is the Ultimate Edition. I haven't seen the Ultimate Edition yet. I saw it, the original version, in theaters, so I'm very excited to check out what that is like. Next, I've got my first ever Arrow Video 4K, and that is RoboCop. I regret buying this because I probably could have just waited for it to get cheaper, but in the heat of the moment, for like $38, I thought I might as well pick it up. My brother said this is his favorite movie. I saw it once. I was like, yeah, it's a good movie, but my brain wasn't blown away. But I'm gonna give it another chance in a big screen on 4K because I watched it on VR, so maybe this will look better. But anyways, RoboCop 4K. Next is You Can Take Our Land, but You Can't Take Our 4Ks, and that is Braveheart, Mel Gibson's Braveheart. I remember someone enjoying this film. Is it historically accurate? No, but it's whatever. It doesn't have to be. This cover looks very weird. I don't like this cover at all. But hey, it's Braveheart. What do you expect? Next is the Big Lebowski Coen Brothers film. Very excited to get into this. I've been recently delving into the more Coen Brothers stuff. Like I saw Blood Simple and I saw True Grit, and I've seen a bunch of their movies. So this is the one that I haven't seen yet. So this one, I don't really watch comedy films, but Joel Coen, Ethan Coen, The Joint, can't really go wrong. You got Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, John Turturro, so you can't really go wrong with that. Next is a film that I've been delaying on watching because it is goddamn fucking 3 hours long, and that is The Message on 4K. I still don't know how good it looks. I'm expecting the world from this, so yeah, hopefully it's good like that. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also got Men on Blu-ray. This isn't a 4K, it's just a standard Blu-ray, but it was with a slipcover, so I accidentally piled it with my 4Ks. Fantastic film. Not for everyone. That's all I'll say. It's not for everyone. Next is a 4K steelbook I got for cheap, and that is Grease. My mom loves this film, one of her favorite films of all time, so I thought I might as well pick it up, watch it on 4K, because, I got chills and they're multiplying, so boom. Next is a movie made by the Wachowskis, or written by the Wachowskis, and that is V for Vendetta with the slipcover. I finally pulled the trigger on that. And has different artwork, so that's very nice. Usually when I see this in the wild, it doesn't have a slipcover, so thankfully with a very nice condition, also minty slipcover, I had to pick it up. Next is Dracula Untold. Is it the greatest movie of all time? No. Was it $11 with the slipcover? Yes, so I had to pick it up. This is what I hoped I, Frankenstein would be, and I have more leniency towards that in that sense, where you just have a guy who's it's basically Morbius in the 1200s. So yeah, Dracula Untold. I somewhat enjoyed this film in the theater. Was it 2016 or something? 2014, 2017? Was it really that long? Was it really that not that long ago? Anyways, but yeah, Dracula Untold with a slipcover for $12. Next is I got the Kino Lorber Fistful of Dollars and a few dollars more recently, last month or 2 months ago. So when I went to my local Bay Street Video and I saw this, I had to pick it up, and that is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on 4K Blu-ray. No slipcover, obviously, because that is an elusive slipcover. But you know, when I watched a review from this guy and he said it was bad, so I didn't buy it because I'm a dum-dum. And then a lot of people were like, actually no, it's really good. And I'm like, what the fuck? So then I ended up, because I had it on Blu-ray, but 4K scan, new color timing, more accurate color timing than the Blu-ray. So yeah, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. No, 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 no. Wow, wow, wow. Next, I got Stanley Kubrick's Killer's Kiss. I think this is the second film he ever made. I was tempted to not pick this up because it's really 67 minutes long. But dude, a Kino Lorber 4K with the slipcover and a Stanley Kubrick joint, I just had to pick it up. Is it his best movie? No, but it is shot really well. The writing is pretty decent, and it's a short watch, so it goes by. Next is I think I would say this is my favorite movie of all time, and that is Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal. This is the BFI 4K release. I was tempted to get the Criterion Blu-ray because that was only like $25 on Amazon.ca, so that would have been a good deal. But I decided to import this for $30 because I just love this movie so goddamn much. I just love everyone. Max von Sydow, Gunnar Bjornstrand, you got BB Anderson. You got so many fucking fantastic actors in this, and I opened it in the way where I can take off the take off the plastic so I can preserve this because I'm a fucking nerd. But because I don't have those like sandwich bags that people put on their steelbooks and stuff like that. But yeah, The Seventh Seal, a 4K release that passed me by last year, but hopefully I can redeem myself for picking it up this year. And I'm excited to get into this. The Seventh Seal, a foreign film, a Swedish film. I highly recommend everyone watch this. It's only 94 minutes long, but it is in 4K, and it's a fantastic film. One of my favorite film of all time. Boom, Seventh Seal. Next is my favorite movie of the year, and that is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I did a 4K review for that. If you want to check that out, search it up. I just love this movie. This is really close to home. I feel like you'd have to be in that position yourself to really. I feel like anyone can relate to this, but I feel like children of immigrants, especially Asian immigrants like myself. I'm South Asian. Really, relate to this. It's a fantastic film. There's really great action, funny comedy. The writing is really good. You got the kid from Indiana Jones and Goonies, so it's fantastically written, acted. Knowing that only 10 people worked on this film is crazy. I think it's an A24 film too, right? Yeah, it's an A24. The 4K is also fantastic, so I couldn't recommend this 4K enough. I wish we had that slipcover edition, but that was only available in the United States, so fuck. Next is a blind buy that I actually haven't seen yet, but next is a movie I haven't seen since I was like a kid, and that is vintage classic Studio Canal. It's a Studio Canal 4K, and that is The Elephant Man on 4K Blu-ray. I haven't seen this since I was a kid, and I remember this being very depressing. I remember my friends saying, "Oh, it's like a good horror film," and then I go and watch it. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like crying as like a 10-year-old. But yeah, same with Saving Private Ryan. The guy was like, "Yeah, dude, fucking Saving Private Ryan." There's like a scene where a guy shoots the guy through the eyeglass and it goes in his eyes. And I watch it and I'm here crying at 2 a.m. at the club. But yeah, so Elephant Man on 4K Blu-ray. Hopefully a good 4K transfer. This was again on the Criterion Collection with a nice little set. But I thought I might as well pick it up on 4K because gotta support the homeboy, David Lynch. Next, I mainly got this because, I have Creed 1 on 4K, and I actually did enjoy the sequel. That is Creed 2. Everyone's, a lot of fan service in this. Great boxing action, shot well, written nicely. So I can't wait to get into this. Got this for clearance. I'm still in the cellophane. I got this for like what, $15 I think at the cinema Sunrise Records clearance section. With the slipcover, you can't really go wrong with that. Next is a movie that I haven't seen yet, sadly, but this is an On Lee film starring Michelle Yeoh, Chow Yun-fat, and Zhang Ziyi. I fell in love with Michelle Yeoh through I think she was in what's it called, Shang-Chi. But I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, and she was fantastic in that. So I had to pick up more Michelle Yeoh, and that is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I haven't heard much about it, but it sounds fantastic. And it came with the out-of-print slipcover, so I mean, I had to pick it up. It was a bit out of my range. It was like $32. But for an out-of-print slipcover, and their dead machine was broke, so I was like, oh, whatever. I'll get the only thing I can with the cash. So that was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Next, I got this at the Beat Goes On 30% sale, physical media sale, and that was Bram Stoker's Dracula. This evaded me. I evaded this because this was a part of the sales on Black Friday. It was like $14, and I was like, do I get it? Do I not? Because I only wanted to get like $12 and $9 4Ks, but I finally picked it up for $11, so we're in between. So yeah, this is the 25th anniversary edition. Now I know they're making a steelbook for this, but it's literally the exact same cover, or it's the exact same artwork, but it's just a steelbook. Ooh, which is bullshit. I don't give a shit. Next is another $11 4K, and that is Spike Lee's Black Klansman. I've seen a lot of clips on YouTube, and it looks really good, so I'm gonna give it a chance. That is Black Klansman, a movie I haven't seen yet, but it sounds good. And for $11 for a 4K, you can't really go wrong with that. Now another $10 4K, that is Chappie. I rented this on 4K and I actually did a review for it. Reviewing the first ever 4K Blu-rays. Check that video out if you want to know. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film. A lot of people don't really like this, but I actually really did enjoy it. And the 4K looks really good. So for being one of the first ever 4K releases, it still holds up. You got Dev Patel, Sigourney Weaver, and Hugh Jackman. And you got we're not gonna mention them anyways. Next is Gladiator on 4K with the slipcover. A lot of Ridley Scott films that I picked up this month. But yeah, winner of 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. So I'm excited to rewatch this. I haven't seen this in such a long time, since I watched it in like 2008 on Showcase or something. But yeah, Gladiator, very, very nice. Next are a few pickups that my friend over at Cinema Inspired, Alex, he gave them to. Well, I bought it from him for like $15. That was pretty good. Because I was giving him Raging Bull because I ordered it online through Amazon.com, and they were having like a 50% off sale. And I thought, hey, you want one? He was like, yeah, sure. And then while we were meeting to exchange that, I was like, hey, man, you got any 4Ks, whatever? Because he sells off 4Ks and stuff like that. So I'm like, hey, you got anything for me? He's like, hey, I got these. And that was Hellboy 1, Guillermo del Toro. I remember really liking this movie. And then also Hellboy 2. So yeah. The Golden Army. Alright, next is Star Trek 4K with the slipcover. I have the steelbook, not the 4K steelbook, but the normal steelbook. And that that looks very interesting. So I'm very excited to get into Star Trek. Again, a movie I don't know much about. I heard they cross paths with like the other generations of Star Treks, like Next Generation and original stuff. But this sounds very interesting. Next is a movie that I know has an out-of-print slipcover, but it's whatever. And that is Shadow on 4K Blu-ray. I'm excited to get into this. It looks interesting. I like the synopsis in the back. So, bursts of color from the blood of the defeated in a kingdom ruled by a young and unpredictable king. The military commander has a secret weapon, a shadow, a look-alike who can fool both his enemies and the king himself. So that sounds very interesting. I need to get Ip Man on 4K. Next is a Neil Blomkamp film, and that is District 9. I haven't seen this film since I watched it in theaters when I was like 9 years old. I remember it being very, very, very not what I expected, because I remember the whole thing was like Peter Jackson was like, hey, Neil Blomkamp, well, let's make a Halo movie. And they're like, yeah. And then things fell through, and they instead just made this. District 9, a fantastic movie about a guy slowly turning into an alien. It's fucked up. Next is a movie that came out this month as opposed to last month because for some reason here in Canada, Universal films are getting delayed for some reason. That is The Northman on 4K. I have yet to see the 4K of it. I opened it to get the digital code out, but to my bewilderment, it was only the normal like Google Movies thing. But yeah, so The Northman on 4K. I'm excited to get into this. I love this film when I watched it in the Dolby Cinema, so I'm very excited to see what the 4K looks like. And then the last pickup of the month was The Witch on 4K with the out-of-print slipcover. So this is very hard to come by. But yeah, this is an A24 Lionsgate 4K. This was imported. Well, it said import on the slipcover because I got this at my local Bay Street Video. Now, I know everyone's all gung-ho about the new Second Sight release, but I did not like that cover art whatsoever. This is a lot better. So yeah, the VV Itch. So yeah, those were all the pickups. This is a 40-minute video. I got a shit ton of stuff. I just want to say, if you stuck around through the entire video, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see other physical media content, please make sure to subscribe because I upload almost every other day. I have hunting videos, Blu-ray reviews, I do 4K reviews, Criterion reviews, I do NECA reviews, I do unboxings. I'm going to get more into unboxings because I know a lot of people do that and those get pretty good numbers. So if you like anything physical media, please make sure to subscribe. I'm also in Canada, so that's a big difference. You know, a lot of people who do these things are in America. So if you want to support some Canadians, because we have different stores, we have a different selection. So yeah, that was it. Thank you so much. Again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm Mitch from the Blockbuster YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching another video of mine. Please have yourself a good day, night, evening, afternoon, morning. Whenever you're watching this, please stay safe and God bless. Peace, cheers, and long live physical media. See you guys.